welcome to another episode of Where's Wallo, man. We got the one, the only, you know what I mean, Bryant Baby Williams, a.k.a. number one stunner, a.k.a. Birdman, a.k.a. Baby, a.k.a. Beatrice, a.k.a. Cash Money Records. 1991, y'all found Cash Money Records.
That's when I started. Really, 1990. I got out of jail December 10th, 1989. In February, I copyrighted Cash Money Records in 1990.
How much time you doing the slammer?
I did 3 on 5.
You did 3 on 5. Was you putting this play together when you was in jail? Was you thinking like, man, I'm gonna go out here and do this music shit? Or you was like, I just ain't coming back?
Music wasn't even into play at the time, but I was kind of born into music because I was raised on top of a ballroom. My little brother really was into rap deep before he died. But when I was in jail, I was just thinking about coming home doing the same thing that got me in the motherfucker. So I was going back to where I come from, the streets with it. How
long did it take once you got out of the joint? How long did it take for you to shake the game all the way? How many years?
6 months.
And you said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Why did that light switch come
on? Just being surrounded by debt, you know, coming up in that town, you know, it's common to die young. Everybody do die young. That was implanted in our minds. And I came up fast, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna try something different. I wasn't trying to go back to the pen. You know, the streets come with murder. That's that's just how it goes. So I wanted to see how I could change our life. You know, just being unfortunate and not having nothing and everybody around you fucked up. I just was a chosen one, like, you know, I was the youngest nigga fucking with older niggas and everybody I was the leader and I wanted to try something different.
So you told Slim, you said, listen, man, let's get it rocking.
My brother was like, he never was into what I was into. My brother was more on some business shit. Like, I just always knew if something happened to him, I'd rather him to have it. So I brought my brother in. It was my thing to start this Cash Money Records shit. But I know my name was so fucked up with the streets. And I always thought, for all the shit I did, I always thought the motherfucker was probably gonna come get me. So I was gonna leave everything to Slim. So that's how I brought that play together with my brother.
So you say before 1991, you started it for real. That's when you really like...
1990 is when I started it.
All right, 1990 you started. So you say 8 years later, 1998, Universal Music, they partner.
7 years later.
7 years later. Oh, 7? Okay.
Yeah.
7 years later, they partner up. They give you $30 million, and they say, but you owned your masters.
Facts.
You still owned your masters. They give you this 30 M's. You own your masters. 85% royalty coming your way.
It was a 90-10 split.
90-10 split. Okay. So that was like a P&D deal.
It was a P&D deal.
So that shit is not even happening no more. It never happened after this. After that.
I think our deal was so underestimated. They didn't think we can do what we did. I just went up there with a mentality. I still was in the streets. I just went there with a street mentality. Like, I lost too much. Too many people died for this shit. Like, how I'm gonna give somebody something that y'all ain't died for this shit? Like, too much debt on this money. So I wasn't trying to give them nothing, period, but a P&D deal. And anyway, I had millions of dollars. I went up there with millions of dollars, young, in the bank. I already had millions of dollars. So it wasn't about the money. It was about the structure that I could make sure and make these niggas could make a lot of money. And really, when they try to do what I do, I got enough cushion so they can.
Now, how many records were you selling independently before you got there?
We was making millions of dollars. Like, I had the distributor we was dealing with in Texas.
Southwest District?
Yeah, right.
They was the shit. They was the shit, Southwest.
He owed me so much money, the man was like, you got to go. I can't do it. Like, y'all music moving too fast. Y'all generating too much money. He said, he was the one who was like, I think it's time for you to go.
Was this the time when you had to print your own shit up and then drop it off on him?
Yeah.
And he put it in all the mom and pop stores and all that shit?
Yeah.
So y'all was printing up hundreds of thousands of fucking tapes and CDs.
We'll ship 100, 200,000. We'll ship that much. Because now the shit is spreading. It's all through the South and everywhere. Like, so we'll ship that type of shit. And coming out the gate, that's like $1 million. 1.5 that he got to pay us off top. So, but I had a great relationship with that man. He was a smart man, smart businessman, and we learned a lot fucking with him.
So you go over to Universal, seeing your numbers, like, God damn, they put numbers on the board. How long did it take for y'all to recoup and get in the black that 30 million? How long did it take? How many years?
Man, we came in the game straight skyrocket. Ain't nothing wait. You heard me? The first album we dropped was 400 Degrees. That shit sold like 10 million. Juvie did like 9-10 million. He was the only one to do so much at that time. And then everything we came was doing. A bad day for us was 1 million to 2 million records. That was a bad day. If a nigga was going gold, that was whack.
And we talking about hard copies. A motherfucker gotta get out of the house, go to the store, wait for it.
Hustle.
That was hard copy. They had to go to that's when, you had to do a bunch of in-stores, right. Radios. You had to be there physically. Now,
that's the difference in the game then versus now.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga had to go in these spots and be in these spots and go to these stations and really hard hustle, bro. Really, we used to be up all night putting posters up and going probably in every ghetto in America, man. We make it our business to hit a nigga city and go straight to Martin Luther King, find churches, and go in a nigga project and pass out our music. I literally been in every ghetto in the fucking America.
Now, you said y'all owned your masters. Now, educate the viewers. What is a master? Because a lot of people, they say I got my masters. What is a master?
Your body of work, your album, what you put out. But bro, what really make me feel how I feel about this game is like what they did to our people before us.
Okay.
We getting a little play nowadays, but they got motherfuckers who did this shit before us and got fucked.
In the
and
60s and 50s.
So to me, why I grind and I'm so hard about being independent is for what they did to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let them do that shit to me, period. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down like that.
Now, to take it a little back to the master, the reason I'm asking about the master, because a lot of people say, I own my masters, I got my masters. How do you make money off the masters? Like,
if it have a value, if it has a value. If it don't have a value, you're just sitting on some shit that's dead. But it's still your shit, that's understandable. But our shit have value.
So y'all was able to license it? Do you license the master?
Yes. We license the music. I just started letting people sample my shit. So, yeah, it's a gang of ways you make money with your masters. We generate $20-30 million a year just on our masters.
Now, when you was coming up, how did you find Juvie? Like, because, I remember I was in the penitentiary when that Hunt came, and it was just something different. It was a different sound. Because at that time, rap was like basically, you had No Limit that came before y'all, but Juvie came and he represented the culture. Like, all right, back then it was like this. You know how everybody that came, they sound like they sound like where they was from, because it was no internet. See, internet make a lot of people sound, you don't know where nobody from. Right. But he sounded like he came. How did you discover this boy?
Juvie already was popping. Like, we knew him. And then he was from the project. So I was looking for him. Mm-hmm. Me and a couple of niggas who I would fuck with, we was looking for him, and we saw the nigga at a bus stop. And he was going to work. I made that nigga quit that job and everything. His life changed that moment.
So he just said, fuck it, I'm done.
Fuck that job. The nigga had on white, all white, dirty, looked like he been working under a house or some shit. And I pulled up on him. I said, that's now right there. Because I had been looking for the nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit his job and everything. And the first thing we did was, after Soldier Rag was hot, I was like, the nigga really sold 10 million.
When I think about the game, right? I go back to rap pages and all that stuff. Me being from the East Coast, I always paid attention to everybody since the beginning, from the Russell Simmons to the Jay Princes, the Tony Drapers, the Suge Knights, the list of play P Daddy goes on and on and on. Did any of them was any of them some type of people you could pick up and call a phone, get some advice from? Like, who gave you advice?
I was tight with Jay Prince. I used to talk to him a lot. And Suge was my partner too. Them type niggas that I really studied the game. Every nigga who did what I did, because I was really about my CEO shit. But Suge, man, him was tight, and Jay Prince was real tight. I called him a lot.
And you just, because when you first got in, like especially when the deal hit, did you know exactly what you doing, or you was just freestyling, going with the play, like being a street hustler? Just
I didn't get into it to rap.
Okay.
I got into it to make rappers. I really was trying to just save these niggas' lives. I was a young nigga raising young niggas, because all of them was staying with me, so it was all about them being able to rap. I believed in them niggas' talent. I knew they was gonna get us out the ghetto. Definitely Wayne, Juvie, BG for sure. Fresh had the music. I just knew them niggas was gonna get us out because they was talented, very young.
Out of all them, who was like, when you used to go in the studio, when them hot boys used to go in there, them beats banging out, Manny, them beats is banging, who was the one that went in there and just controlled that shit and was like, it just was a different type of animal?
Juvie was the oldest, so he had that different lingo, but we always knew Wayne was gonna be the nigga. So it was self-competition with all of them. But I then had my little nephew who was with him too. He died, Derek. So, but we always knew now was now, but Wayne was gonna be the future.
And so you had BG doing his thing. What was the difference between all of them?
BG just a real raw little gangster, ain't no cap in him. You hear me? Juvie can rap. He a different nigga. He got that language. And you know, Wayne just an animal, bro. He was a young beast, young bull. He like really though, he a robot. Like he still do that shit 18 hours a day. Like, you know, I took the shit and made the studio the new hustle. This is where we gonna be at 24 hours a day. If you're gonna fuck a bitch, you're gonna have to fuck her here. Whoever coming around, this is where we gonna thug at, right here in the lab. And Wayne kept the policy. Juvie and them didn't keep that ethic. He did.
He was like, I'm living in this bitch.
He a robot. No cap. The nigga say he on Mars, he for real. That shit real. He
now,
a robot.
Now, you look at it. How the fuck do you 90s all you, how do you have the biggest motherfuckers in the 90s and now it's 2021, you still have the biggest motherfuckers? What is your process for seeking out, like?
I think I'm just blessed with the know-how of talent. For real. You know, like, to have a run like this shit ain't never happened. Ain't no nigga that did this shit did it bigger and longer than me. Not a nigga on planet Earth. None of them. And I say that humbly with respect to all these dudes because they paved the way for us in this shit, and I respect that. But I had the longest and the biggest run out of everybody. And right now, you know, Wayne where he at, and all of them, Drake and them, everybody where they at. But they got this little kid, Reese, man.
Okay.
I think he's special. I know he's special. Gonna fuck the game up.
And you push and play on it.
It's go. He full go. It ain't gotta be me. He just full go with it. He on go.
Now, this the 31st year anniversary of Cash Money Records, right? How the fuck you been around for 30 years? Come on, baby. How the fuck you do that?
Say, bro. I honestly gave my soul to this shit. I was ready to die and kill about this shit. I was true to what I believe in. I stand on that shit, and not just me, every nigga that fuck with me, my brother. We stayed in the mud about it, but I just knew talent, and we had a lot going on, and I ain't want to be like other niggas. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be able to show a nigga that you can really do this shit for a long time. And they got niggas who doing it who I respect, bro. Like P down there in Atlanta, he doing
P and
his
Coach,
thing,
yeah.
Man. I got nothing but respect.
Shout out to QC.
Them niggas, they great with what they doing. The boy on the West Coast, TDE, he top dog doing this thing. And I really like what Thug doing, bro. I really been in Atlanta living with Thug for like 5 years, and he picked my brain.
Shout out to Thug.
And I'm watching him become, YSL, become something special.
So it's like, you got a lot of artists out here now, but when I see a lot of people, correct me if I'm wrong. 1 billion records sold.
Facts.
300 billion streams. Did the numbers change yet?
Yes, I'm at 500 million streams totally with the whole brand.
500 million or 500 billion?
500 million streams worldwide.
All right, so in 600 million on iTunes. How many you sold on iTunes? Let me get these numbers right.
iTunes, iTunes started kind of first because the music went from buying CDs, then the shit went to iTunes. I was averaging 5-10 million a month on iTunes, so we probably about 600-700. My whole goal
600 million?
Million, yeah.
Sold on fucking iTunes.
On iTunes.
God damn, all right.
My mission was, bro, my mission still is to touch a billion, all of it, bro. I want 1 billion sold, billion on this, billion. I didn't really did it, but I think I can get to 1 trillion. That's with the streams. I know I could do it. I don't limit myself to what I can and cannot do. I don't think like that. I never put that in the atmosphere because I know I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die trying.
Let me ask you a question. This is a throw-off question. If motherfuckers was free agents out here now in the rap game, if it was just free agents, they wasn't signed down, they wasn't tied down or nothing. Who is you gripping up right now? Out of all these players out here, all these young cats is making moves, they doing their thing. If they wasn't signed, they ain't no deals and none of that. What 3 rappers right now you bringing to CMR?
That I fuck with or would like?
No, you just see. You just like, oh, that motherfucker got it. He got it. Who is you bringing over?
Top. That's NBA. Definitely Thugger. That's like my brother.
NBA Thugger.
Future. I fuck with, I think they special talent. Besides the talent I already have, I think them boys very special.
Okay. Now, how much money do I need to get in the rap game? If I'm trying to get in the rap game, is it a number?
You don't need no money. The play to get in the rap game is to make the money. You got to have some type of capital, but niggas think that they got to spend money and blow money. If you got a little nigga with that ambition, you in this shit to make money, and he gonna get it for you. Everybody can't rap, bro. I always felt like it's too many rappers and not enough CEOs, bro. But now I really see how it's going. Because I always say niggas who rap should become CEOs. And that's how I think this shit have to be like. That's why I credit Young Thug a lot for what he doing. Because he doing just what I taught him to do. And he taking that shit the right way.
Now, you saying that, it ain't no number because, everybody think I need this much. I got to get my jewelry up. I got to get my look up. I got to get that. What is more important, the material or the look?
Say, bro, the music. Fuck the material. That gonna come. But it got to start with the music. The nigga could be shining like a motherfucker. If it's whack, it's whack. If you know what I mean, then you can have a nigga with no jewelry on and that music bumping and he still gonna outdo you. But don't get me wrong, the shining come with the game, bro. I created that shit, so I could never backlash it or downplay it. Cause it just go with it. I was just a nigga who ain't had nothing and I had to shine. I wanted that shit. I needed that shit to feel like somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I understand, but I don't think that's what it take. That was a part of our life. I had to have that shit, but I don't think that's what it takes. So take the music.
So the cat with the talent got more of a shot than a motherfucker that's stunting, that just got a look and ain't got that motherfucker with the raw talent could come up no matter what.
To me, the look don't matter. The music matter. The music gon' see that look could be for the moment. That music, if that nigga's a real artist, that shit gonna last a long time. Ain't too many niggas had runs like Wayne, Drake, and Nicki, man. The people been doing this shit. Wayne got a solid 20 at the top of the hill, top mountain type shit. And Drake, you hear me? He way up with it. And Nicki, females don't last in this shit like Nick a real boss in this shit, like for real. She stand alone. She for real hot girl for sure.
So, versus yesterday and today, I remember we had the conversation on the phone. What you think is better versus yesterday and today?
What you mean?
Getting in the game, like if you just trying to pop off and pop off. Is it better yesterday or you got a better chance now?
It was harder back then. It's easier now.
Why you say it was harder?
Because we had to be in the field. You don't have to be in the field. You got social media. It's the field for you. So it still come down to the music though, bro. If the music ain't right and the craft and the art ain't right, you're not gonna last in this shit, bro. Niggas come and go, bro. Niggas don't be having long lives in this shit. You know, that's where artists come in. He gonna have a long life in this shit. That's what it's really about, bro. Or you could get some niggas might just want to make a hot record and don't want put in the body of work that it take to be a real artist, or the time and the dedication that it take to be a real fucking artist. Like I say, Wayne a fucking robot, man, for real. He in that bitch sacrificing it all to be great. You know what I mean? Niggas gonna have to sacrifice to be great, or you just gonna pop out and fuck with those. You know, a baby can make a hot record. It's how many you can make them gonna determine how long you be in this shit.
Is this a single driven or a project driven game? How do you feel as though the game
all
is?
Of it add up.
Okay.
If it's a single, that's adding up. And when you're trying to break a nigga, singles make a difference. But albums still sell. You know what I mean? I've been in the game for numbers. They say numbers don't lie. That's what I'm about, putting up numbers. A nigga can't say he great if he ain't putting up the big numbers. If you doing what everybody else doing, you ain't no better than everybody else.
Okay, now if it's this day and time, how do you go about breaking artists? Like you got young Reese, how do you go about breaking an artist and introducing somebody to the game?
But it start with him. He got to do the music. It start with the music, bro. They don't even need me. It's music. Music like dope. It's gonna travel. Big facts. It's easier now. You got the social media tap into so many different people in so many different ways. But it's start and stop with the music, because if that shit ain't right, it ain't gonna walk.
When you talking about music, because you done made some big plays out here. After that 30 million, there was multiple deals after that. What's the biggest wire you ever received from music to your account, to the Cash Money Records account at one time?
Maybe like 400. But I done got this shit like 3, 4, 5 times, man. I've been around in this shit, like getting real bags. My first big one was like, I always got the 10, 20, 30, 40s, but we went to getting that shit, went to hopping up to 250, 350, 400, you know what I mean? Like, but we've been getting them for a minute.
Did you ever get, because you baby, the #1 stunner, have it ever came a time where you just was like, I done done it all?
Honestly, I was just tired. I was tired. Like, I'm human, I'm tired. I ain't been asleep in 30 years, man. I ain't never had a vacation in my life. I gave my soul to this shit for real. I was tired. The pandemic, all that goofy shit. I was really tired, but I was laying down. Reese woke me up.
He woke you the fuck up, so you were just chilling.
I was chilling. I'm booling. I'm straight, man. Man, my niggas, really appreciating all the hard work, bro. Still suffering from the pain that we lost, but I was like, fuck it. I was gonna chill for a minute. But nephew woke me up. Top really, that's my little partner. He stayed on me, but then he went to jail, and nephew came and woke me up.
Okay, now, this the whole thing. Now, you and my cousin, y'all got history. I ain't trying to, no crazy shit. But when you first seen him, what made you gravitate to Gil?
I thought he had talent. He had talent. He was different.
What made him different?
Just him, his aura about himself, or how he rapped. He was different. And you could see the leadership with him back then, with his little movement he had back then.
Okay, because I remember when he first got with you, like, yeah, man, I'm fucking with Stunner. I'm like, well, Cash, how the fuck you do that? How did y'all connect, though?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I don't remember, just to say the least, but I don't remember.
But I will say this. One thing he always said, though, and I got to put that out there, is that he always said anything that was due to him, you took care of that. You made sure he was straight. You see what I'm saying? You always made sure he was straight and everything was solid on that half. You dig what I'm saying? And that's all that really mattered. You dig what I'm saying?
Believe that. Besides that, I ain't here to ever downplay no nigga. I don't bang my MO. I ain't built like that. I ain't come up on that structure.
All right. Understandable. Now, with Wayne, right? What's up with the music? Is it more music?
Wayne, bro. He a living legend. And I ain't heard of some of his new shit, but I know, the nigga a rapper. He a real rapper. He gonna always, a bad day for Wayne is a good day for these young niggas. He'll do 200-300 on any project he put out.
How his numbers looking right now? Still, I know his shit still probably just like
Wayne
his catalog.
Wayne we eat together. We business partners, so he gonna always be up with the money gang, because we didn't put so much time into this shit. But he is. He get on how he get on, bro. Life already, we didn't put in the body of work, so really niggas straight, niggas kids gonna be straight. The money don't never stop, bro. And we ain't even, like I said, I really was chilling, but I still get bags.
Well, what's up with so you got Drake. How did that come about? Like Wayne
did that.
Wayne did that?
Wayne brought Drake and Nick.
And when you first seen him, what did you feel?
I told him he was a living legend the day I met him. I knew he was special. We all knew Drake was special. We knew Nicki was special too, but that's Wayne. I'm just the machine behind that shit. I got the structure, I got the staff and the format, but Wayne brought that to the table.
And that structure, you just understand marketing, you understand the whole play.
Now I learned, bro. You gotta have your staff to go to war. You out here trying to be the best. I always wanted to be the best at what I do. Then a lot of niggas stopped fucking with the music gang. Then I just knew it's up. We up.
Yeah, you never left. What? You never.
They quit. I kept going.
You never fucking left. You never left this whole music game. What? Damn. You ain't go to all this other shit. You still own your shit.
Big facts.
You still own Cash Money Records.
100%.
Okay, and you never left. So it's like, God damn. Why you never seen what? It was just so profitable and so lucrative that you ain't had to budge.
The love and passion I have for the game. I didn't want to ever leave it. Mm-hmm. I still today don't want to leave it.
Now, what about the Quiet Assassin, your brother, man?
Big facts.
I heard his business game is extraordinary.
Nah, I learned a lot from my brother. I really look up to my brother. He like my daddy to me. I give him that kind of love and respect. He's somebody I wish I could be like. He one of them kind of niggas.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, he like that.
So y'all play different parts, like.
I'm in the field.
Okay, he's the.
My brother, he really laid back, but he had a different type of illness. You know, he had open heart surgery, so he can't move.
We ain't never heard. Yeah, nobody never.
He can't move like I be moving. He never was like that. My brother always been, you do that, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So now you got Cash Money West. You brung Blueface in. Blueface,
really,
what the fuck, man?
That's whack.
Okay.
He deals with that. He brought. I just wanted to give him my avenue to do it since I was coming on the coast. And he just bring some talent, do your thing, and I'm gonna embrace that shit. I'm gonna let my structure. You just bring some talent, and Blueface was one of the first ones.
All right, so you got everybody that hit the roster. You got Jacquees over there,
yeah,
doing his thing. Reese, Wayne, Nicki. What's up with Nicki? She got something coming down the pike.
Man, Nicki, she just had to live on herself, but she coming. I don't know when she coming, but she coming. One of the most talented females we ever had in the game.
Yes, she is. Got the confidence. When you first met her, how did you feel about her?
Wayne showed me her on a DVD. Then the next day he flew it on. But she used to be in the same studio every night, bro. Writing all night. Be the last one in the motherfucking studio. Every night, bro. She put in the work, the dedication to be who she is. I
keep hearing you say work. So when a person first come your way, that's what lock you in the most.
What you mean?
They work, because you keep saying that, like.
Nah, I'm gonna put the platform and I'm gonna push that button. You know what I mean? It's how much of this shit you really want. You want a little of it, that's cool too. But we ain't in it for that. We want a lot of it.
You're looking for longevity.
We want a lot of it. Big facts, a lot of it.
Who is when you was doing music yourself? What was your drive?
Man, I just was trying to get out the ghetto, bro. I ain't want to have to lose my life or my partners lose their life because we're in the streets. So I just put that shit in my music, and just unfortunate, bro. Growing up in the ghetto, being in a boys' home, no parents, really lost. You hear me? And the streets became my heart, my love, because that's where I got it from. And then I wanted out that shit.
Now, one of my this just my shit. My favorite one is off of Big Thomas, My Life. The reason being is that was a real personal song, it seemed like. Because when Juvie and them, when they talking on the bridge and all that shit, they like basically like, man, I was fucked up. And
it was right. And honestly, all that shit was my life. They was writing my life early on in the game, all that time. Big timers, because that's what we call a nigga. I'm Birdman. We big time it from the streets. All that was my life. All that music was my life. Everything about all that shit, because they wasn't living like that. I was living like that. Me and my brothers and my partner, we was the ones in the streets. They were never in the streets.
But the way it was so like
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Them niggas talented.
Yeah,
man is a monster.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Wayne used to be with me every day. Everything I'm doing out there, he's right next to me. So he's seeing this shit. Juve in the project, that's why he always call this shit off the porch floor.
Oh, the porch.
So he's seeing that shit too. BG really was he was thugging with it. For real, for real. BG was thugging with it. He was thugging with it as a youngster. Mm-hmm. No cap out to him, bro. He was thugging with it.
The other one that was my shit was off the Baller Blocking soundtrack. Play It While You Hating. That y'all niggas was going crazy on that joint. Y'all just snapped on that one. 3-6. That was real crazy. Y'all snapped on that one. I like certain joints, but that was my shit. But like, you had it was crazy because at the time it wasn't like he was accessible. But how did it go? How did it go about Jay-Z getting on Ham remix? How the fuck did that go about?
Man, I don't know how Jay liked it, the record. Well, first of all, me and Jay-Z used to be together all the time. That was my partner, man, and fly back and forth to each other.
He used to be down in New Orleans?
Yeah, he'll come down from Mardi Gras, man, him hang out. He'll stay by me. I'll go up there and fuck with him, man. Him and built a real tight. We was real close, bro. Mm-hmm. And he liked the record and he jumped on it.
And it was just that easy.
Yeah.
So when you say like used to be, y'all still fuck with, y'all still brown?
Yeah, we cool, but not like we was back then.
Okay.
But we still.
Damn, nobody never knew that. Damn, he was down there heavy. All right, now when the What's the Name tour coming, one of the greatest tours ever, Cash Money Rough Riders tour. Who brung that apart? Who put that together?
DNY and Slum was real cool.
Okay.
And we always had this mutual respect for each other because they two brothers and me and Slum brothers. And, you know, they had Swiss, we had Manny. It was just our thing. And we really funded that shit ourselves. But, you know, rest in peace to X. But all that shit was like, we were so close, we became like brothers for real. Us and them really was real tight.
And you was cool with X too?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any memories or stories of X when y'all like or during that road, during that time when y'all was on that motherfucking...
Nah, the nigga was like he was a real animal, bro. Like, he held that stage down. You know, it was all us. But the nigga, he was a great performer, bro. He was family. All them Swiss, all them niggas, that's real blood, like family to me. For real, for real.
Was that your biggest tour ever?
I don't know, we did so many, man. I've been on the road for 20 years of my life, bro.
God damn.
We toured since we was about 15, man. I just come off the road since I was about maybe low 40s, bro.
How often do you rest, man?
I ain't been asleep in 30 years. I just was sleeping. Youngin woke me up.
That's crazy. Asleep. That's crazy. Do you meditate?
Nah, I don't do all that.
He said, I don't do all that shit. You just go through the motion of life.
I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God. I give my life to God. But besides that, I feel no man. I feel nothing on this planet. And I just go for what I believe in.
And you just keep creating and creating. You never got into like movies like that.
I done did a few movies. I got a movie we about to put out now. Me, Chris Brown, and Nick Cannon. We came together and did a movie. And we fund the movie. It's called She Ball. And I think it's coming out for this summer.
This summer. Motherfuckers don't know that you really love football like that.
Yeah, I like the game. I like all sports, not just football.
Like you bet big time on that?
Sometimes.
What about that PS5?
No, I don't do
You don't do none of that shit?
Do none of that.
You should fuck all that.
Nah, I don't play games.
You don't, oh, I like that. You said,
at all.
I don't play no fucking games. All right, you had Mac 10 over there too. How did that come about?
Mac, my brother.
Yeah.
That was my brother before that. We just decided to do it. But me and him always was cool. Super cool. Till today, that's my partner. But we decided to do it. We did one album together. And that's my partner though. I fuck with 1-0 to the end of time. That's my brother. All
right, now when you talk about, just the music business, what is the most important part? The publishing? Like, what is the most important part? For the viewer out there that's trying to understand it.
All that shit important. Mm-hmm. Now, it ain't no one important part. That's called having your shit together. You gotta have your shit together. And white folks tricky, man. They'll trick you out your shit. You gotta just have your shit.
When you say trick you out your shit, what you talking about, contractual wise?
Yeah, you hear me? They do the even swap. They play games, man. You can't trust them. But then you got some niggas like to fuck with the white man. And that's respectable too. I understand, but I still need to do me. I can't be controlled. I never wanted to be controlled as a young man. I need to control my own destiny. I know how to survive. I believe in what I believe in. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't, because we still gonna make it. I already was making millions of dollars fucking with this shit.
And so you saying that as a person that own these shit, it now...
See, but sometimes you have to do business with people. And just make sure that shit comfortable enough that you feel honorable enough to be in this situation. One thing about contracts, none of them last forever. They got a start and an end point, bro. So if you're in something you ain't like, you can get out of it. It's just gonna take a little time, but you know, nothing lasts forever, bro.
How many attorneys you got, baby?
I got maybe about, you got attorneys that work for attorneys. You understand me? So I also use the universal situation. I've been up there so long. Then I got my own attorney. So it depends on what the battle is. If it's against me, then we use the whole army. But if it's with me and we just doing business, it's like 2 or 3 of them.
How many lawsuits ever came at you?
Man, I done had millions of them, man. But all of them clean. Any lawsuit I ever had is just dead. And I got a clean slate.
You never lost one?
Yeah, I lost some. I won some.
But majority of the ones you won.
I don't sue niggas. That ain't my thing.
No, I'm talking about when somebody come at you.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, I was young in this shit and I made mistakes in my time, but you know, that's the nature of the game, bro. You hear me? Like, this is what we into, bro. But all that shit behind a nigga, all that shit with me and Wayne and me and any nigga that ever had any issues, that
everything
shit
solid.
Now,
what advice will you give to the young cat that say, I want to bust a move like Baby, man. I seen him move all these years. I want to bust a move. What advice would you give him that's out there? He got a couple 100,000, might be his last. He trying to take a shot at this shit.
Man, my thing was, maybe my story different from another nigga. Because I lost a lot. I lost my whole family, my nigga, to life and streets and all kind of shit. So for me, I had a fucked up mentality about this shit. It was gonna be win or lose for me. Nigga gotta be ready to die for it and kill about it. That's my whole motto with this shit. I'm ready to die for it and kill about it. Just that simple.
But listen, man, I appreciate you taking the time out, man, just to share your journey with me, to give some information, educate the viewer and the people out there.
We're gonna have to keep doing this shit because there's no ending to this shit. We're gonna talk about this shit all day for 1,000 days. Because this game run deep that we done chose, which is music, bro. Like I said, either nigga want to just do this shit to fuck hoes and get a few dollars, or you want to do this shit and get real money and dedicate yourself. See, that's 2 different things. That's play and that's work. Either you want to play with this shit and you still could get a few dollars and fuck some hoes and do all the goofy shit, shoot videos, or you won't be working in this shit where you become great and you make hundreds of millions of dollars. You understand me? I done bust billions of dollars with Wayne, Drake, and Nicki by their motherfucking self. And they put in the work for this shit, bro.
And when you say work for this shit, what do that mean? Having your business right?
Great. All that too, but become great. Let's start with the artist. Be a great artist. Go captivate the world. But some niggas don't want that kind of pressure.
It take a lot of discipline.
So fucking right. Knowledge, smartness, creativity, yeah, man. The people very intelligent, very smart. All of them, bro. A lot of them, bro. Nigga, just because a nigga rap, nigga don't be knowing a nigga intelligence. But these dudes be smart, very smart.
I see all them is business, all them business people too.
Big facts.
All them 3 you mentioned, they turned their shit into real live business.
Definitely.
Drake, he got all type of motherfuckers signed. He didn't took over the whole country.
Nah, they stepped it up, bro.
On a whole nother level.
The music was the move, and the music still is the move. That's something we never lose. The art and the love for the music, that's where it started and stopped. But you get so many other advantages with it. And they taking total, they taking opportunity and making the best of it. You
was one of the first people though, I'm gonna keep going. You was one of the first people that I seen with a deal. You had a lug deal.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it was...
Funk Flex hooked me up with that.
Flex
got me that deal.
Oh, he plugged you right in.
He was with him, and he was like, Stunner, they won't reach you. They trying to find you, but they can't. And Flex, they play my first deal with Love was about $4 or $5 million. Flex put that play together for me.
All right, so when you got that deal, like, 'cause like I said, a lot of people wasn't like, you know, that's before like rappers was really
I was selling 1 million shoes a year, bro. 1 million tennis a year.
And what the second deal go to?
That part now was like, I want a back end with this shit. Because I was getting a little back end, but they was giving me most of mine up front. But I got none but respect for them lugs. Like, they're honorable people over there. I always a fuck with them at any minute, any time. That whole crew over there. And it's a family over there. Brothers. And the lady Diana, she worked with me a lot, but they cool people.
Did Reebok ever give y'all some money for wearing them soldiers like that?
Reebok ain't never give us none. They'll send us shoes and shit, but they ain't never did nothing.
Was there any other deals that came outside of the music that came for you and the crew?
Wayne, them dude had a lot of shit. Wayne, Drake, Juvenile. But I ain't really want to do too much shit because I ain't want to get off the focus. The focus and the drive was the music and keep putting hits out. That was my whole drive. All that other shit cool. I grabbed a little bag. All that's cool, but fuck that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we're going to stay focused. Y'all can go play with this shit if you want to. Make sure you're at this motherfucking studio before I get to that bitch.
From the rip, you and living this motherfucker.
Before I get there and be the last one to leave. Wayne was there first and last every day.
Every day. Now, with that right there, when you say the studio, you always had studios. That's the first thing that you lock in as a CEO, as a studio first. You think that's the first thing you supposed to grab when you trying to do this shit for real?
You got to have the luxury of being able to record. When you're trying to make a nigga, let a nigga go, and the experience of putting out music, he got to have somewhere to record. You got to have that. That's the wall. That's what it's built on. That's what I did. I went and got studios, and we stayed in that motherfucker, and they ain't never come out of them.
Just lived in the motherfuckers.
Man, I'm telling you, man, nigga Wayne a robot.
So your whole life has been based off of
studio
tour, shoot a videos tour. And there was this one guy y'all used to use for y'all videos all the time. I forget his name.
Honestly, we done shot maybe 1,000 videos, bro, in my time. So far, maybe 1,000 videos, bro. Maybe over 1,000 videos.
So if you in this game out here and you trying to do something, I you know, like he said, a lot of people, they want to flex. A lot of people think about just shining. A lot of people just want to fuck some hoes and get you know, all dripped up and all that. This shit is about putting work in. You don't be around, still be here 30 years later.
Big facts. Depend on how much of it you want. Like I said, we wanted it and still want it. You can look back at a million niggas who do what I do and ain't last long as I lasted. And I got nothing but respect for every nigga who did this shit before me. Because I know what it's about. And I know how hard it take to last this long. It ain't never been done before. And now nigga that fuck with this game outsold me, did more than what our company did, made more money than us in music. It's not a company alive that could say they outdid Cash Money Records. Not one nigga, not no nigga, period.
Now, when you talking about the regular labels, because I'm going to just say this, I got to put this out here. A lot of people always have problems with black CEOs. They act like they're, you know, I'm going to be straight up, they act like they're the worst motherfuckers on the planet, but what's the difference between a black CEO record deal and a major label white company record deal? What's the difference?
I don't know, bro. Sometimes, you know, you got house niggas and you got real niggas. Some niggas rather be house niggas and be fucking with the white man. All the white men ain't fucked up. Don't get it fucked up. But it's a tricky game, but this shit can get tricky, bro, sometimes, bro. This shit get tricky, bro. You have to watch this shit. It get tricky, bro. Motherfucker trick you out all your shit, bro.
But every
majority of the people who did this shit before us, and you got some niggas doing it now, but majority of them ain't got shit. They done took it all from them.
No publishing, no masters, no nothing.
They took it all from them, bro. That's the heartbreaking part about this shit. What I tell a young nigga who will start right now, and you're in your 20s, when you get my age, in your 50s, make sure you still living like you in your 20s. I'm up and it's stuck. But how many niggas can say that? How many people that did this shit before me can say that? Niggas be fucked up out here. Not like they was when they was in their 20s being a star, a superstar. When you little niggas getting y'all 50s, have money, man. Like y'all have in y'all 20s. So that take a lot of thinking, less riskless, being smart. Because a lot of people don't last long in this game. No cap on that shit.
So the bottom line is just to be smart, make smart business deals. Make sure.
I don't really know how it can happen. You just gotta figure that shit out. Nigga 20, you got 30 years to figure that shit out. Nigga be in their mid-20, nigga might be 30. Nigga, you got some more years to figure this shit out. You got niggas like, that's how I was living this shit day to day. I ain't give a fuck about nothing. I'm up, we playing with meals. I ain't care. I ain't even look ahead. I was doing that shit for right now. We up, we happy, we got money. You know, man, you gotta understand, man, I come from being in the boys' home, to the streets, to jail, to music, to millions of dollars. All this shit happened for me like this.
When you was in jail in Louisiana. It ain't no fucking joke. Was you in Angola?
No, I ain't go. Angola was for niggas who had 50 and 20 and life.
But it still was serious to fuck down there in them prisons down there.
Definitely.
Was it ever a time that you think you wasn't gonna make it out because it was so real?
Bro, when I was in jail, I was adapt to not ever coming out. I wasn't even thinking about coming out. I was so sucked into this shit what's going on in this bitch. You know, sometimes you can live better in jail than you can on the streets. So I was already adapt to that. Like, I don't give a fuck if I go back out there. But if I go, I'm on a mission. If these white folks let me out this motherfucking cage and I ain't got to kill a nigga and catch another life, I'm going out here and I'm going to put it down.
So you just woke up every day, your knife,
I'm in
and
there.
just ready for whatever.
We in there. We in there. You know how jail is.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is.
I wasn't into all the, you know, the different religions. We in there. We in that motherfucker. We definitely in there. And, you know, nigga used to try to tell us, bro, don't fuck it up. You catch another case.
They give you a street charge and
you fucked up. And it happened every day, bro. I was fortunate to get out that motherfucker and went straight to the streets.
And you said, fuck that. That light cut on 6 months later. You said, man, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something different.
Yeah.
The best move I ever made in my life. I made that move for myself because I didn't want to die in the streets because I know that come with it. And I ain't want to have to keep getting teardrops from being in the motherfucking streets. And really what changed my life was my daughter, bro. When I born my daughter, that shit, like, I can't leave her like that. I can't leave her. I had my son and my daughter. I can't leave them on this dirty-ass world without me. I want to be here as long as I can just to make sure they straight and set up life for them so they ain't got to go through the struggle. That was my whole mission. And make sure my niggas was straight. All these niggas straight, man. All these niggas on this motherfucking wall was straight. Why ain't them playing with real money, man? And we all started with nothing. All of them straight, bro. Thousands of plaques. So many motherfucking plaques, I don't even know where to put them at.
Damn. Yeah, it is plaques all around this motherfucker.
Nah, we got thousands of plaques.
I remember that Murder Dog. I was in prison for that shit. Murder Dog magazine, man. But listen, man, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro. I try not to even share my thoughts and mind with a motherfucker. But I appreciate you too, bro, what your mission about, bro. So anytime you feel, I'm with it.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Much love, man. Keep going. I mean, CMR, keep going. Rich Gang, keep going. Just keep doing your thing, man.
I can't stop.
Oh, you can, huh?
I can't stop.
To the casket drop, huh?
I can't stop. The only thing, God got to take me away, bro. I'm in love with this shit. My son into it now. He got his label called Young Cash Money, so I'm embracing what he doing. And whoever else who I really love and fuck with, I done molded a lot of these niggas, a lot of them. And I really honorable respect that because, you know what I mean, niggas can get the money. There's a lot of money in this shit. I don't know who told the nigga ain't no money in this shit. That's cap. Real money in this shit, man. For real. Got bees out this shit. Still get
real life.
Nah, no cap. Bees out this shit. You can pull this shit up, man. It's actual numbers, facts. Numbers don't lie. real bees out this shit.
You let them sports team. When you gonna buy a team?
Honestly.
When you gonna buy the Saints, man?
Say, bro, I'm so caught up into what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I ain't even tripping on none of that shit, man. I want to really get a chance to enjoy my life. I'm in my 50s now. You hear me? I can't believe I'm 52, but fuck it, I'm up here. I gotta get some kind of enjoyment out of this bitch. I don't want to be grinding all my life, but if that's what it is, then that's what it is.
Yeah, you got your family, make you happy.
My daughter and my son and my partners, man, you know, who I love, who gave their life for me, bro. Like my partner, Hot Boy, my nigga for life, nigga do anything. Did a lot of shit. We come out the streets with this shit, bro. For real, for real.
Yeah, man. Well, y'all, you know, you heard it right there, man. He gave you, it's just a part. This could continue because it's just a moment. You know.
We got to give him 2-3 parts of this shit.
Brian Baby Williams, a.k.a. Yo, where did Beatrice come from? Where did that come from? Because I heard you say it before. I didn't know.
I was born as Baby. That Birdman stunner shit, Beatrice shit, that came from the streets. I was just playing with the Beatrice shit because my other names were so motherfucking hot. I had to name myself something else, so...
Yeah, you kept naming yourself.
Yeah,
like,
man, I got about 10 names, man. I kept names. I had to keep trying to trick these motherfuckers, so if shit pop off, it don't be the same name, you understand? But I really live by stunner. That's my thing. That's my thing. Baby's like, that's like, I was born with that shit, and that shit remind me too much of my mom. Nobody ever called me Brian. But what I live by is stunner, man. I'm gonna live by it and die by it. I'm true to that shit. I'm gonna stunt till I die.
Your favorite Cash Money song of all times? Your number one favorite song that ever was produced on Cash Money Records?
I really couldn't say, bro, because there's so many of them. But I got to compliment a lot of this shit to Wayne, you know what I mean? Like, the little nigga solid. He did his stuff. And then you the Hot Boys, Turk, Wayne, BG, Juke, you know. BG, my little partner, man, he be home soon. I can't wait till he get from behind that wall. Because we're going to do it again. We're going to do it one more time. I fuck with little B Jizzle. He be home soon, bro. He been down about 10, but he be home soon.
Hot Boys ever getting back?
I don't know. I'll leave it up to them. You hear me? I'll leave that up to them. But if they won't do it, I'm game for it at all times. Them my little wolves. I brought them in the game. So I always said I want to finish how I started. And that was important to me. That I finish how I started. That's very important to me. And everybody's straight, everybody in their own zone, doing their own thing, and everything at peace. Ain't nobody tripping on nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they do it, I'm going to definitely let it happen. Or I'll support it, or I'll give them the bag to do the motherfucker. If they want to do it. But I know B Jizzle, he want to do his thing. There ain't nothing wrong with it. A Hot Boy, that'll be dope.
That's what it's about, man. Well, listen, come here, man. Come here, get up in here real quick, man. Tell them who you is, man. Go ahead, sit down, tell them who you is. Reese, get up in there, man. Talk that shit to the camera, man.
Reese Youngin, man. Pittsburgh, PA, man. What's going on with it?
Rich Gang, man. Listen, man, he doing this thing. Tell him a little about yourself and tell him what you got coming. And tell him why you that nigga.
Man, I got a whole lot of shit coming. I'm not nigga because I'm not nigga. Y'all gotta wait to figure out, man. We ain't gonna disclose a lot of information. You know this the Secret Service, CIA shit. Just know that y'all done fucked up with sleeping on me. That's all I gotta say.
Well, listen, man, I'm Wallo 267. You got Reese Youngin right here. You got Beatrice, Birdman, Stunner, Baby, all that other shit. See them all, man. We signing out. Where's Wallo? And it's just like that.